Hey folks, welcome back to our Dice Tower preview. I'm Mark, and today we're taking a look at asking for troubles. As you can see, I'm surrounded by troubles as we're taking a look at the new expansions. Asking for Troubles is brought to you by Breaking Games. It's for 2 to 7 players, ages 12 and up, and games range anywhere from 60 to 90 minutes. So, the base game of Asking for Troubles is a worker placement board game where the player is trying their best to rid the star system of troubles, or space pests. You play as a trouble hunter, flinging the space vermin into the stars and dealing with unsavory folk just to get the job done. Players start with one ship, placing it at various locations to gather resources that will allow you to trap troubles. But just one ship may not be enough, so you can fly through wormholes to create 2 or even 3 ships to help you gather those resources. You can make connections to gain more resources or hang around the local riffraff. Send pirates, bounty hunters, or gangsters out to make areas rougher for your opponents, or enhance locations for everyone by sending out traders and courtesans. For every trouble card you capture, you gain victory points. The player with the most points at the end wins. But today we're going to be focusing on the 2 new expansions, Companions and Trobil Makers. In Companions, space is lonely. But when the Lost Colony ship, the Friend, appeared on the outskirts of the star system, everyone was thrilled to hear about it. Even more exciting, Friend ship contains a new resource, Shards, that provide another way to capture troubles. The residents of the ship are eager to explore the galaxy with you, if you let them tag along, despite their silly quirks. They'll give you these shards to help rid the galaxy of troubles. Now, in the case of both of these expansions, you have new worker placement spots, which you'll be placing around the main board. Now let's take a closer look at Companions. So, what you have here is a new resource, Crystal Shards, which you're going to have to use to deal with the troubles, so you're going to be replacing the troubles deck in this game. Each player will also receive a companion board. Here you'll have your companion and your shard card, tracking their quirks and the crystals that you've collected. So, how do you get a companion? Well, you will travel to the Friend ship. Once there, you can select any of the 3 sets. The first pairing is free, but if you take either the middle or right pairings, you must leave any one resource on each pairing to the left. Once selected, you will add them to your companion board. The rest of the companion sets will rotate down to the left. Now, on your companion card, make sure the dial is set to the first quirk. Now, each shard card has an activation spot. Activations can be visiting a location or performing a certain action. As you gain these shards, you will place them on the card, filling it up row by row. As each row fills up, you will advance the dial. As the dial moves, it will activate different quirks on your companion. The quirks add a lot of flavor to the game. Quirks might be beneficial, like avoiding pirates, or they might just slow you down, like preventing you from visiting a location. Once your card is full of shards, you can no longer gain more, so it's time to drop off your companion. Ideally, you want to take them to their preferred drop-off location. You will gain bonuses if you do, definitely worthwhile, and you might simply just get points from dropping off in their preferred location. Once you do, then discard the cards and gain the shards into your play area. These shards are now available for you to use in your fight against the troubles. Now, you can also drop off companions anywhere, but no bonus is gained. You still get the shards though. Sometimes companions might just be more trouble than they are worth. At the end of the game, the new shards and point tokens go to your overall score. And if you still have shards in play on a card, those are just discarded and not counted. But like in the base game, it's all about gaining points for trouble cards. And in Trobil Makers, when the scientists on the Sega colony decided to help with the Trouble's infestation, it was predictable by most that their inventions would cause more harm than aid. Inspired by nature's engineering of troubles, the scientists created Trobots. They directed them towards planet Paradise to eat up all the troubles, but instead, they went haywire and attacked the entire system of Orange. Now it's up to you, the trouble hunters, to capture the Trobots and return them to their makers. For this Trobil Makers expansion, you're going to be dealing with these Trobots all across the galaxy. So you have several location cards that match what is out on the main board. You'll place those on those different locations. You've got a bag full of Trobots that you'll be drawing from. And of course you have the second colony, which you'll place around the board, another worker placement spot. So how do these Trobots expand across the galaxy? Well, every time you pull a ship from a location and put it back to your play area, however many ships you pulled, that's the number of Trobots that will spawn across the galaxy. You'll pull them from the bag, and on the back of each token will show you where to place them. Now, you're going to want to be gathering these, so every time you go to a spot that has Trobots, you can pay a crystal to activate that ability. And once you pay a crystal to do that, then you could pay any number of more crystals to gain that number of Trobots. So if you pay 5 crystals, you will be able to gather 4 Trobots from a location. And after you've gathered those Trobots, you will draw a location card. These location cards may be used and kept for end of game scoring. They might be just kept for later use, or they're used immediately. So you've been gathering these Trobots, and now it's time to visit the Sagan colony. Once there, you can trade in the Trobots for victory point cards. And at the bottom of these cards will show you the different types of sets you need. You'll need 1 of each type, or you'll need 3 of a kind, like that. So you'll grab that topmost card. And this is another game in trigger. Once these cards are gone, the game will come to an end. And then finally, the Sagan colony allows you to grab an upgrade token. So taking like a double carrot and upgrading a single carrot. Now, you have to upgrade equally across your player board or your player ship. You can't have multiple upgrades of carrots or coins. You need to do each of the different types of resources and upgrade them before you can move on to another upgrade of the same kind. And so end of game scoring for this one is just like the base game, except you're going to be adding in your Sagan cards. Any Trobots that you happen to have left over are not used and just discarded. Alright folks, just a reminder once again, this has been a Dice Tower paid preview, and everything you've seen here, with the exception of the base game, is in prototype form. So keep a close eye on the campaign for any changes that still may occur. Now, these 2 expansions add a ton of new flavor to this game. It really pumps it up. I really like the companions and how those quirks play into what you're doing on your turn, and the crystal shards. And of course the Trobots, how they expand and are just prolific across the galaxy, really giving you something to deal with and keeping you on your toes. But folks, ultimately, if this looks like something that would be of interest to you, I'm sure they'd appreciate your support. So I think that's it from me, and until next time, we'll see you at the table.